Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Here's Blair Walsh now about ready to get us started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Flushed out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Sheldon Richardson able to get in there and drop him behind the line.
4 down. You're going to set. 180. Motion. Set.
Off play action. Newton. And incomplete on the deep ball.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. 17 yards on the pickup there, and also a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Great. Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Set. 180. Great.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Newton being chased out left and avoids the contact by sliding. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ready? Black 80.
With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, boys, got 4. We're set. 180.
To throw is Newton. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Watch 30. Single, single. Single, single. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! 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 Ah!
Throwing on 1st down is Allen, escaping the pressure right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by 2-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, gets him 9 yards and a 1st.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Ah, that's it, baby. That's it. That's it. Big hit. I got trick this side. I got trick this side. We got 3. We got 3. Ready? Black 80. Ready?
They'll try the air now with Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Allen now on 1st down. His throw incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Single receiver, hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen will try again on second down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Chandler Jones in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this.
Switch.
On third and long, it's Allen. And a first hookup with his veteran tight end, Dallas Clark. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on third and long. Allen. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving. After the penalty, it's Davis. And a short gain down to about the 33. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. Sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Armani Bryant in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Lucky 56. Look out for number 30. Look out for number 30. Single. I got a single in the slot.
And here's Allen throwing on third and long. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before half for Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So we come upon halftime intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Forced out to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. Slant route caught by Edelman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Allen looks to throw on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So that one will be accepted. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Armani Bryant in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The Raiders on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Hey. 4 down. Gun!
From the gun, it's Allen. Flushed out right. That ball's going to be caught by Clark for a Raider touchdown. Dallas Clark from 17 yards out. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And his kick is good. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That goes for a gain of 31. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Being chased out left. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a first and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
Under 10. Check. Lucky.
back now in the East Bay. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
We're gonna set. We're gonna set, ready?
That's going to set them back 5 yards. The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for 1st and goal.
Easy. We're gonna set. 180. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Again, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
180. Check 4.
Play action. It's Newton. Flush to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Raiders. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The open man is Clark, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Gun.
On 1st down, Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Dallas Clark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Moore now on the return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are. But with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now he's flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, you got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They'll run it again here with Davis. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. They'll run with Davis. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going Detroit. Detroit.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Carolina. Saquon Barkley, 75 yards. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come.
Hey, we are set.
Back to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Gone!
So Allen's going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by two-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason. I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
And they've got the hookup. This is Olsen. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll give it to him up the middle. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts. Got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by two-time All-Pro Rodney Harrison. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. And he's in for the game-winning score with no time left on the clock.
Brandon, you know I love boxing, right? You know I love big fights, right? I'd given them the standing 8 count a few times along the way. And look at how this one ended.
Yeah, they had, well, I guess 9 lives just like a cat, kept fighting, and there in the end making the huge